Hello everybody, it's your boy, the Almighty Green Talents, coming at you with today's video. Before I get right into the video, it pertains to key victory tomorrow against the Miami Dolphins in Philadelphia. And this is what I have to say. Please comment, like, share, subscribe this video, subscribe the channel actually, but like the video. Share it if you can, and most importantly, don't forget to smash those likes, because the likes will get the video circulating all social media, YouTube land, and for your enjoying pleasure. But to the ones that are viewing my videos without subbing the channel, please by all means sub the channel so you can enjoy all the great content that I'm bringing to you guys, so you are able to enjoy what I create. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. The Eagles had a horrible loss last week against the New York Jets. What was it? 20 to 14. Too many things that they did not do right in this game, and that's one of the reasons why they lost it. The Eagles were 12-0 against the New York Jets, but lost for the first time to New York Jets. And I've always have known that sometimes streaks do come to an end, but sometimes it had to be an effort. And there was no effort in this in this game, in this loss. And so that's why a lot of people were disappointed. It wasn't just because of the loss, it was because of the effort that was not given. They passed the ball not that well. They ran the ball not that well. They had too many injuries on defense, and they had one injury on offense where offensive tackle Lane Johnson went out with an ankle injury. He did not return, so they put in a backup right tackle, and they blitzed and rushed from that side where Lane Johnson was not even there. They failed to give the offensive tackle, the right tackle, some help, and they did not. And so Hurts was sacked. I thought Hurts got sacked twice in this game. Kind of found out he was sacked 5 times in this game, which means that he had a lot of sacks in the second half of the game. Which means that like I said, I did not watch majority of the second half because of the way the Eagles were playing, and that kind of ruined everything as far as the win percentage and as far as the loss percentage. Like I said, it was how they lost. It wasn't how they win, it was how they lost. And the way they lost, and that was terrible. So I had to have at least 2 days to get that loss out of my mind. 2 days. Tuesday was probably the last time I thought about it. And so normally when I get wrong with losses happen like that, it takes me a day to get over. But then it's different between when you lose to the Washington Commanders last year and when you lost to the Jets this year. 2 different type of losses, you know what I'm saying? It's like in the Washington Commanders, Washington Commanders kept the Eagles' offense off the field, and that's why they lost. In this game here against New York Jets, the Eagles did not do anything to help themselves willingly to win this football game. They didn't run it. They didn't run it very well. They didn't pass very well. Bad protection, injuries. I mean, you can name a variety of things people had to get off this football game, but I'm not gonna sit up there and talk about that now because it's done and it's over with. So we all know who lost. We know how they lost. Like I said, it's always a team loss. When one player mess up, the whole the team lose. So you can't blame it on one player. Fans have issues sometimes when they say that oh, I blame it on James Hurts. James Hurts we blame it on this football game, or they say Carr didn't play well, that's why they lost the football game, or they could say Darius Slay and Bradbury didn't play a very good game. Team passed the ball, and that's why they lost the football game. No, you can't blame specific players. You only can blame the team. When one player mess up, the team they always say one bad apple ruins a bunch, which is true. Because if you don't get that bad apple, that means that it's 2 or 3 more or 4 or more in that bag that's bad as well. So you can't just sit up and say one bad apple spoils a bunch, which is true to some degree. But when it comes to the NFL, it's the same thing. When one player mess up, the entire team messes up. That's how it goes. So you can't name one specific player. You can't point fingers, because pointing fingers can cause problems in the organization, in the team, and then you lose chemistry. Chemistry is over with. So Eagles have a very good chemistry. They don't blame one player. They never blame nobody. That's the culture the Eagles set in the locker room. When one player loses, everybody does. So you don't go to the podium or go to the stadium, or I'm talking to the podium or to any media outlet and say one player loses lost football game. See, the media think that. The organization and the team shouldn't think that way. And the difference between team-oriented games and the media. Media blame people all the time. They always say, when they beat one player, they'll say, why didn't Jalen Hurts play well? Or they'll say, why did Slay didn't play very well? See, that when you see that called naming one player that ruined the football team. That what that goes down to. That what that specifically relates to. You're blaming one player, and you can't, and the player you talk to can't say that unless he has animosity against that player or animosity against that team. That is what ruins team chemistry, and team chemistry should not be ruined like that. So that's one reason why we don't point fingers to nobody. All right, now to get that out of my system, now I can talk about the key to victory. It's simple. Run the football. Take time off the clock. Keep the opposing offense on the side of the field. That's what you got to do in the football game, because the Miami Dolphins are the number one rated offense in the NFL. They pass and run with efficiency. They do it very well. They got one of the best running backs in the NFL. If I'm correct, I heard he close to 1,000 yards, I believe, and that's just in 5 games, which means he's been rushing for over 200 yards, between 150 to 200 yards per game, if he's that close to 1,000 yards. This coach, they call him, what name did they give him? They call him the mastermind, or some of that nature, because they say he has a very damn good offensive mind, and he pretty much does, because Tortula is playing real well in the backfield. This is the first time, and I think in 4 years, that he had been injured free. They got 2 wide receivers in Hill and Waddle. Hill is the one teams focus on the most because of his downhill out route speed. This guy has to be able to cut to cut a play on the dime. Once he runs straight, he can hit you left and run, or hit you right and run, or he can duck you, and he can go left and right, and you never know where he's going. The guy is open. He gets open damn near on every play. So that's why I make it so very difficult to match up against him. So it's actually going to take a safety and a corner to cover this guy, and teams know it. So when they do, they throw the ball to Waddle. Waddle probably want to get a lot of catching thrown his way in this game, because team gonna focus a whole lot on Tyreek Hill. So the Eagles gonna have to rush 4 or 5 down linemen, give different looks to the Miami Dolphins offensive line, and come after Tortula. I mean, I'm probably pronouncing this name wrong, but you know who he is, because that ain't start with a T. So he's going to run some different blitz schemes and get at this guy, because he's been pretty difficult to get to, because he gets the ball out of his hands 2.5s per pass, and that is real quick. So they know what kind of wide receiver they got on the outside. They know Tyreek Hill, once he gets his speed, the boy has speed off the line of scrimmage. I mean, the minute he breaks, he's already at top speed once he breaks the plane, or breaks the line of scrimmage, however you may call it. He breaks the line of scrimmage or extraordinarily quick. So that makes it very hard for a defensive back to focus on him. So if you put this guy man to man, or give him 5 yards off the line, either way you look at it, he gonna beat you, because he has the ability to break on the dime. That's how fast Tyreek Hill is. This guy already has a Super Bowl already. He won one Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs a few years before the Kansas City Chiefs won the second one. You know what I'm saying? So he has one ring, and so that is all in a nutshell. This guy trying to get another second. He trying to get a second Super Bowl ring, and he trying to get the Dolphins their third ring. So this is a Super Bowl type offense the Eagles are going up against defensively. So all the injuries that the Eagles have sustained on the defense side of football, I'm hoping they don't get every one of them guys not coming back. It's a good thing Carter coming back, but then see, here's the thing. Carter, we really don't know how good that ankle is on him because teams gonna block him, gonna double team him on every play. So they're going to get some guys free to get at the quarterback. They got to rush to an offensive spot because this guy can go 2 or 3 step dropping the ball and go. I just think just that quick 1, 2, wow. That's how good Tortula is at getting the ball out because he makes it very difficult to get the ball out. So that one reason. So that I mean to get to him. It's very difficult to get to. And only one team beat him this year, and that was the Buffalo Bills. And the only team that beat him this year. So the Eagles need to be looking at what the Buffalo Bills did and do it that way. Cause what Buffalo did, no team haven't replicated in doing it. So the Bills gonna have to. So the Eagles gonna look at foot what the Bills did, and replicate that and add some more and add some little more to it to get the tool and get to that run game because it comes to predicate to stopping the run. You stop the run, you make them one dimensional. Then you make them one dimensional, then you can do better on the outside against Waddle and Hill. That's what really gonna come to it for as defensively. So I spoke that part on that. So the Eagles gonna have to figure out some way to get to Tua, get some sacks, get him off his spot, knock him down, knock his ball down because he is short. But like I said, he don't give you any time to get to him because he gets the ball out on 2 or 3 step drops. So the Eagles are going to make him go 4, 5, and 6 steps to get that ball out. They can do that. They hold on to the ball longer than what he should. They can get to him. So that's what the Eagles have to do defensively. Now on offense, the Miami Dolphins defense is ranked in the top 10 from what I've heard in the NFL. The Eagles got the number 2 ranked offense. And for that reason, I really don't know why they rank number 2, but they are. And I don't mean to laugh like that, but it is funny. Because think about it. You can't pass the ball well because you got 2 number 1 wideouts in AJ Brown and Smith. You got 2 number 1 wideouts out on the field, and you can get the ball to them. They didn't do very well against the New York Jets, so the New York Jets did a good job of getting after Hurts. And the Jets, and the Miami Dolphins probably gonna do the same thing to what they did. So it's a good thing Lane Johnson. Now Lane Johnson is who I really was glad to see back because Driscoll did not do a good job of protecting Hurts on the right side, and the Eagles failed to give him any help when they were rushing on that side of the field. They brought multiple pressures on that side of the field where Driscoll was out. Multiple pressures. And they did it on a constant basis against the Eagles last bit by New York Jets. They did a damn good job in doing so. That's called spotting your weaknesses and exploiting them. And that's what the Jets did last week. They exploited the Eagles' offensive line weakness and did a good job at getting at Hurts. They sacked that boy 5 times. Like I said, I thought it was 2. But it was 5 sacks. I didn't even know. I didn't go back and look at that film and see was it truth or not. But it's simple for the Eagles offense. They're going to protect well and run the football. They're going to let Hurts get the ball out of his hand in a very good fast rate. Get the ball out. I wish he can do. They need to do the 3 step drops and get the ball out. And Hurts, for the remaining of the season, teams have been forcing Hurts to hold on to the ball longer than what he should, and he don't get the ball out when he's supposed to, and there's nobody open. So one of the reasons why he's been sacked and that's why he got 7 touchdowns, 7 picks. I thought he had more picks than that, but he got 7 picks. I know he threw 3 in the Jets game, and the third one went to seal did of their loss. So Hurts need to throw no picks in this game. He need to throw at least 3 touchdowns, no picks in this game. I mean, that's what the Eagles need to figure out some way to eliminate. And if Hurts don't see nobody open, he need to get rid of the football. Get the ball out your hands. I mean, that's what it's gonna really take. Get the football out your hands, and just roll with it. I mean, if there's no one open, throw it away. Or if you can't, if you still want to hold the ball long enough, I'd rather you take a sack than fumble and throw picks. That's what I would rather. I'd rather you do. I think any NFL fan would take it at. They'd rather you get sacked than throw a pick or throw a pick or fumble the football. And so they're gonna have to run the ball with some efficiency this time. You got 2 running backs. You got 3 running backs stable. You got Agent Zero. You got the Giants killer, and then you got Gamewell. Yeah, those 3 guys. Use those 3 guys to your disposal. Use them. I mean, find ways to use those guys. If there's no one open on the outside, if the running back is open for short yards, let him get the ball to him so he can get the ball out for first down yardage. You need to do better. Hurts need to do better at seeing the field and getting the ball out. That's been Hurts' problem most of this season. He had not been seeing the field. That's why he got 7 picks. And a lot of people are trying to compare him to Carson Wentz. If you guys remember, Carson Wentz had 16 touchdowns, 15 picks, which was a career low and high for his touchdowns and interceptions concerned. And he also had he also been sacked over 50 some times, which was close to Randall Cunningham's 70-some sacks that season. Now, if Wentz would play the rest of that season, he would have surpassed that 72 sack record. 53 or 54, 55, how many it was, all we know was in the 50s. That was damn near close. That is close to the record. That record still stands as far as Carson Wentz concerned. It still stands on the Eagles side. And 15 sacks, 53 sacks is a lot. And the Eagles got a lot of games to go rest of this season. The Eagles gonna face some good defenses the rest of this season. Especially the New York, especially the Giants. I mean, not the Giants. Especially the Cowboys. The game against the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. You got 3 good defense come, 3 more good defense coming at you, and so that is what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be the rest of this year. The Eagles' offense has not been all that great this year because teams have figured it out. They figured it out, and we knew that they were going to come at some point. I kind of figured it out when you lose two your best coordinators from your squad, and then you wind up going to different teams and making them teams better. So that I knew that was going to happen. A lot of fans had faith in that. I mean, my faith was there, but as far as the play card, I kind of was weary on that. So I kind of knew that the play card was going to be, I'm not going to say trash, but it's going to be suspect when a new coordinator comes in and run plays. So I kind of had some idea on that, and so that's why I wasn't too thrilled about it. So I'm not too thrilled about it now, because these last five or 6 games that we didn't play, we barely survived them, and fans wanted the Eagles to blow out these teams, and I knew that wasn't going to happen because we only scored 30 points once this season, and everything else had been under 28 points. So that is what I've already knew, and the way it's looking, it's gonna be the way the rest of the season. I don't think we're gonna put up 30 points on getting New York Giants. I don't think so either, because the Giants are healthy on defense wise. They're very healthy. So I don't want to go on that game right now because that game is days away. I mean, them days were weeks away. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how that's gonna go. So anyway, this Miami game is gonna be a tough one. The game against New York Jets should have been won. Mistakes cost that game. Bad play calling cost them that game. Injuries cost them that game. So you got those things that cost the Eagles that game against New York Jets last week. And getting some players back is great, but we don't know how well they're going to be used, how many snaps they're going to get. Because that ankle, Jaden Carr's ankle is going to be very protected. I see Carr playing about 20 snaps in this game. That's what I see because that ankle, I think it's still going to be a problem. That's my opinion on that. So, those are the keys to victory for the Eagles defensively, offensively. Offensively, run the football, give her time to scan the field, run the rock, let them scan the field, get the ball out, get the tight ends involved, get the wide receivers involved, get the passing game going, get it going because from what I've been told, the Miami Dolphins secondary is suspect like the Eagles are. So the Eagles should be get some ball out. Get the ball out of her to the wideouts. But either way you look at it, you got to run the football. You got to run the ball. That's the key. Run the football. Get the defense off their heels, and get some ball completed downfield. If it dinks and dunks, do it. All we know is Hurts needs some protection. He needed because because if he can't scan the field, two things are going to happen. He's either going to get hit, or he's going to get sacked, or he'll get sacked to the point where he might lose the football. And that's going to be a turnover. Or he's going to get the ball out in double coverage when the rush is in his face, and he might throw an interception. And that's what I'm afraid of in this game. When you got 7 interceptions already in 6 games, and that should let you know right there, that could be a problem if the Miami Dolphins rush 4 and the 4 pressures, the 4 down lineman pressure get to him in his face. That could be a problem. And he no choice but to eat the sack or throw the ball out of bounds. One of the two. Because when you throw the ball out of bounds, you save yards. But when you get sacked, you lose yards. And that's negative yards. You know what I'm saying? Negative yards that could have went through a run or through a pass. One of the two. So Hurts need to be protected at all costs in this game and do a magnificent job in doing so he can scan the field, get the ball out. Running game, get the ball out. Those are 2 things in Eagle backfield need to be done. Hurts needs to get the ball out of his hands to his wides or tight ends or running game, run it back out of the backfield, or run the football for yards gain. That's what needs to be done. So that's my key to victory. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment. I know I went a little bit too far as in the New York Jets game, but I know I had to say that because that kind of resonates in me a little bit. It's still, it's out of my system, but it's still that game is still in my head. So this win against the Miami Dolphins would get the game out of my head in a heartbeat. So a lot of fans are still thinking about this football game, about that game against the Jets. This win would clear up a lot of Eagle fan thoughts. It would go a long, long way. So please please, Eagle, we are begging y'all. Please play a complete game against this Miami Dolphins team that's number 1 on offense and top 5 in defense. Please do your jobs. Help this team win this game because we can't afford to fall back 2 games when you got the when you got 3 when you got the 49ers sniffing. Because if we lose this football game, 49ers are gonna have it's gonna be 2 games ahead of us for top seed and home field advantage in football game. So a lot of things are at stake in this Miami Dolphins game. A lot of things are at stake. So this game has to be won in the trenches. Had to be taken serious in the trenches. We got to solve our red zone issues. I thought our red zone issue was solved last week against New York, just apparently not. So the Eagles are going to figure out some way to get the ball to the wide receivers in the red zone for scores. The Eagles need to start scoring when they get to the 5-yard line. Beyond the 5-yard line and beyond, they need to score in the red zone. I'm getting tired of these field goal kicks. We need to be getting 6 on the scoreboard. 6. Then get the extra point by the kick. We need to be going 6 in the red zone. That's been the issue for the Eagles all season long. From 1 to 6. Red zone efficiency has been a problem. So I'm hoping that this game here, the Eagles get over their red zone issues and get the ball out of his hands for scores. We need it. We definitely need it. So anyway, this is your boy All Right Green. Time to come to a video, making my points, keep the victory. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to sub the channel and don't forget to like this video and let me know what you think. At the bottom of the comment section, let me know what you get. Let me know what you guys think we Eagles need to do. I've given my part what Eagles need to do offensively and defensively. I want to hear what you got to say about the Eagles. What the Eagles need to do defensively and offensively to win the football game. And all the guys predicting, I don't predict because predict make people look like fools. So I don't do it. I don't predict no games because the Eagles have been winning and losing games under 28 points. That's just my opinion. So I'm sticking with it. I am out of here. Enjoy your Saturday morning. Don't forget to like the video after you have viewed it, and don't forget to comment and let me know what you think about at the bottom of the video about tomorrow's game against the Miami Dolphins in Philadelphia. I'm out of here. Peace.